everyone to the Business Alliance Center channel. We thank y'all for being here. My name is Denice Stanford and I will be your host. We have a wonderful special guest with us today. So, very special indeed. This is a young lady I have known for some time. We met in the lounge industry, we'll just say that. So we're going to introduce her and we're going to get our interview started. All right, so today we'd like to welcome a special guest. With us is the LaTasha Autrey, who has been featured in Shout Out DFW and Voyage magazine. She is the CEO and founder of LaTasha Autrey Realty and has over 10 years of experience in transforming her clients' home buying dreams into reality. Now she is employing her multiple talents as a community sales manager at LPT Realty while continuing to build her brand. Her commitment to excellence, business acumen, and infectious personality all led themselves to make clear why she is one of the best in DFW. Please join me again in welcoming LaTasha Autrey to our show. Wow, what a resume.
I know, right? And just to clear that up, Denise, it was my fault. I didn't be more specific, but I was a community sales manager for a builder.
Okay.
And so now I'm no longer with the builder. I've decided to go back into real estate, and so I'm with LPT as a realtor.
Realtor, okay,
Yes,
okay. Thank you for clearing it up. We got to make sure we keep it straight because you'll have somebody knocking on your door trying to hold up.
Yeah.
So very good. Thank you for getting that straight for us. But there are many wonderful facts about you that I would have never thought. So you were a military spouse before you actually got into all of the real estate?
Correct. Yes.
So how was that, and did that play a part in you wanting to be in real estate?
Well, it kind of, I was a military spouse for about 15 years, and once the marriage went south and I got a divorce, I was located in Virginia at the time, and so I decided to come back home. Dallas, Texas is my home. So I decided to come back home, and I didn't have any money. I had 2 babies. I didn't have no money. I was struggling. Even though my ex-husband at the time was military, it was still kind of difficult getting that extra support. And so I moved back here with nothing. And I was just really trying to get a job. So I applied to a couple of temp agencies. And so a temp agency, they called me back, and they got me a job at Freddie Mac as a temp worker. And so I worked that's how I got into real estate.
Oh, okay.
Freddie Mac. And coming out of a divorce, it was interesting. And so that's how I got started in real estate.
Okay. But you know, we all find our way. One step informs the next, and it just kind of, no matter where we start, doesn't mean we're going to end that way, right? And so we just figure it out as we go along.
And that's exactly what I did. With 2 babies, by myself, I figured it out, and God has been really good throughout the whole thing.
Amen.
Yeah, amen.
So at some point you want to be a police officer.
Oh yes, that was my dream. That was my passion, is to be a police officer for years before I graduated from high school. I think it started when I was a child, honestly. We were, as I remember, we lived in some apartments, and a guy was holding someone hostage underneath us.
How old were you?
Man, I had to be like every bit of 3 or 4, and I remember this day like it was, so he was holding someone hostage downstairs, and so they were trying to evacuate the building.
Right.
And so I remember they knocking on everybody's door to get us all out because it was it was major. And so I remember the police officer coming into our apartment, and he grabbed me and picked me up, and it was just like a movie, like I was just so like, oh my God, because we were scared. We were like, we didn't know what was going on. And so for this man to come in and just pick me up and carry me out, it was like,
the savior moment almost,
yeah,
right?
And it just always made me feel that way. And then when I was smaller, like about 3 or 4, my mom bought me a bicycle. No, actually my sister's father bought me a tricycle, and it was a police tricycle. So I think it's just been, I don't know. And I just have a love for people, and I just have a love for doing the right thing.
Do you think maybe it was the way that the police were showing up for you?
Maybe.
Like maybe rescuing you, saving you, comfort?
I think so.
You
it
know?
could have been that too, yes.
And you're like, I want to do that for people.
I think that's what, because the feeling I felt, I wanted to,
Give that back.
Give that back to other people as well.
I love it.
You know what, Denise? That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Well, we experience things as a child that shows up later in life in different ways. Yeah. Well, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty because you are in the profession you're in. You've come a long way and now you're here. So have you been doing this since 2019? That was like right before. Or did you do it a little bit before that?
No. I got my real estate license in 2019. So I started selling real estate in 2019. I was just working in the BAC scenes since 2010, starting at Freddie Mac all the way up until 2019. I was in the back,
the background,
behind the scenes and doing everything as far as real estate was concerned. But I just decided that I wanted to do more help, more people. What's the best word I'm looking for? I just wanted to be more of a help up front. I want to be more of a personal help to people. And so that's why I got my real estate license. And so I've been doing this since 2019, right out of COVID. I got my license in September 2019. COVID had just hit it.
Yes, which was scary.
It was very
because
scary.
Everybody's all shut down. You're like, I done did this thing, I done stepped out on my own.
Man, you were, yes. I was like, I cannot believe we're in this house and I can't go. But then they started, making kind of ways for people with certain occupations to still be able to go out. And our occupation was one of those ones that we could still, go out.
So do you think what do you think the best thing happened for the real estate industry from the impact of COVID?
The interest rates.
The
interest rates were very low.
Interest rates
were very low during COVID, which opened up a lot of doors, which made the market very active. To the point where there were bidding wars. We couldn't get deals done because there was like 200-300 offers at one time on one home. I remember I had a situation where I was trying to list someone's home and the builder that they wanted to go with had like a 2-year wait list.
Really?
It was that bad. So I mean, yeah, COVID did affect the market. I would say for realtors in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah, but for buyers it was hard. And so, yeah.
Okay. So, I can see the benefit of that. All right. Now, you just mentioned to me before we started that it's hard keeping up with everything. I mean, you're a mom. You're a real estate agent. You have clients. You got different areas you're representing, and plus you're working for a company, right?
A broker.
So, how do you manage your personal life and your business life? How are you able to keep all this straight?
Well, being a multitasker, for one, have to be able to multitask. And my children now are grown, so they currently live out of town. So, but I'm still a mother. I still have to
do mommy things.
Do mommy things into my babies, even though they're grown. And it's just, that's really that's made it very easy for me that I don't have really to worry about that anymore since they're grown and doing their thing. I just kind of multitask, pray, and just take every day, step by every day, day by day by day.
Now, did you teach your children a lot of the real estate ins and outs since you're in this profession? Did they come along with you and see you showing houses and working and?
Well, that's interesting that you say that because the name Autrey Realty Group, which that was the name I used when I first started, and so now I'm a part of a team. And so Autrey, I still, that's my business name. Like I have a DBA, LaTasha Autrey, but right now I'm with a team.
Okay.
So, but like I say, interesting that you say that because Autrey Realty Group came from the ideal that once my children got of age, they would join me and it would be Autrey Realty Group. It would just be us. No, it didn't work like that.
Somehow it never does unless we try though, don't we?
Yeah,
maybe one day they will,
Yeah, but we really always want our children to do better than we did.
Yes.
And I have to say that, they really are doing that. So I really can't be upset about them not coming over with me. But yeah, that was the ideal of Autrey Realty Group is I wanted to bring my kids in because I thought they would be a great benefit to me, and it just didn't work out like that.
That's all right. You still built it. And over time, they will come or somebody else will.
Right.
And it'll happen. Yes. Okay, so what's the biggest misconception you had when you became a realtor or joined a team like you are now? What was the one thing you thought, oh, this is going to be the best part, but dang, it ain't what I thought it was?
Well, coming into it out of COVID, I just thought it would be more easier. Because I thought I was gonna make a lot of money. Honestly, that's why a lot of people get into real estate thinking about a lot of money. But it's hard work. It's work and dedication, and it's not just sitting back. And you have to go out and get those clients. You have to go out and market yourself.
Right.
You have to, and it's very difficult. And so I didn't know it would be that difficult, that challenging. I thought it would be, hey, I got my license. I just started selling houses, and that was it. But it's nothing like that. And so joining a team actually. Joining the team is actually, I've never done that before. And so I decided to join a team, which is more of a collaboration.
Okay. Everybody does their part?
Everybody does their part. And I like that because I enjoy working with people. And the team I'm on, I love it. And I just started with the team not too long ago. So I'm just, feeling it out, seeing how it's going. But so far, so good. I love it.
But you've done well for yourself. Like at some point, you had made like over $3 million. And so you really getting out there hustling.
Yeah, I've sold over about $3 million of real estate.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of.
It is very to be proud of, especially like I was telling you before coming out of COVID. I hit I know coming out of COVID, just having my license, I hit like 1.8 million in sales, and I was like, wow, that was very that was eye-opening. Being that we were all what would they call it? We were when we couldn't leave the house.
What they call it?
We was in quarantine.
In the pandemic. Oh, you were what?
Quarantine.
In quarantine.
Oh,
okay, yes.
In quarantine, when I came out of quarantine, I humped it, and I was like, And then when we all did the numbers, and my brother was like, hey, you did 1.something million coming out.
That's
I was
great.
Like, that's great. Just had my license. I'm like, that's good.
So how did it feel selling the first house, though? Like you got that, first complete sale.
It was awesome. It was a good feeling.
Yeah.
And seeing that money was
like,
a
I
good
did
feeling
this.
too. Yeah, that money was nice. The first deal.
Okay, so what's the hardest part? Like if you were talking to someone like, I'm interested in real estate, LaTasha, what should I expect? What should I be doing? What are my first steps to get me there?
Oh, I get that a lot. And I'm
Do you?
Yes. And I'm so honest because I think a lot of times there is a misconception of what a realtor is and what we do and how it is. And so it's work. I'm not gonna lie, it's work. It's what you put into it. If you don't put nothing into it, nothing's gonna come from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's what you put into it. If you sit at home all day and not do anything, you're not gonna make any money. You're not gonna be successful at this.
Right.
But if you get out there and you hustle and you work hard and you be sincere and you care about your clients and what you do, then you'll be successful.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm a realtor, but what,
Yeah.
So that does everything you do in life that, is going to take some hard work. You could be in any profession. You could say, I'm an entrepreneur, I work for myself, but if you're not putting in that work, like you see a lot of people in different professions, especially like a lot of digital marketing these days. Oh, just set this up and you're going to make money. No, you've got to market it. You've got to push it out there. You've got to tell people about it. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Yes. So you mentioned you did get your real estate license, but describe the process for us and those out there that may be really interested in getting your real estate license, your business license. What are some other licenses or things people should be expecting?
Well, here's the thing. For me, it was very easy because I came from a real estate background.
Okay.
So a lot of because I hear a lot of people say the real estate exam is so hard, and it is. But because I came from that background, it wasn't as difficult for me. But it's a fairly quick license. I mean, you can get it within 6 months, less than 6 months actually. Depends upon the classes and how they're giving them. You can get your license fairly quick, and just taking, I think it's like 6 classes, and then taking the exam and the state. It's 2 parts to the test, and take those 2 tests, pass, and bam, you got your license. It's really not that difficult.
just got to apply yourself to studying.
You really
there
have
you go.
to
You got to put that work in.
And you really have to study, especially if you don't have a background in real estate, because all this is like new. It's like, oh my gosh. And there's techniques to taking the exam. There's just ways you have to apply yourself in order to pass it. It's not easy.
Well, there you have it. Y'all better get to studying. Don't take it for granted at all.
It's not easy.
So you also, are you still involved with the life insurance and, well, notary probably, definitely.
Yes,
but
I still have my notary, and I do have a life insurance license as well, so I can sell life insurance.
I need to talk to you about that. You know, a lot of people, they find out, okay, well, life insurance, I'm just going to take what my company offers. But a lot of us are self-employed, and we don't have that company life insurance. Even if you do, you need more. You probably need more.
Yeah, because that company's life insurance is going to end when your employment with that company ends, right? So if you get an outside policy, you don't have to worry about it going away once, you know, it's yours. You don't have to worry about it losing it once you lose your employment or once you decide to go somewhere else. So that's the good thing about outside insurance.
So what made you, well, I don't know if you did this on purpose. Did you purposely tie life insurance in with the real estate?
At one point, I thought it would be a good benefit. And it is a good benefit because, you know, I can help my clients because the type of life insurance that I sell, it kind of ties in with buying a home. Say, for instance, that we have policies where, say, for instance, you get sick and you can't work anymore. Your life insurance, the type of policies we sell, can help you maintain your mortgage. Can help you So, yeah, it ties into it. And so that was one of the reasons why I jumped into it. And then to have that extra stream of income, we all need at least 3 to 4 streams of income, right?
I say 8. Yes, but you definitely need more than one. That's very smart. You do need more than one. I like that.
Yep.
All right. So let me see what else we got. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to introduce you to some of my other small business owners that have some products and services out there. So we're going to take a look, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back with LaTasha. We are still talking real estate, and now we're going to do a little deep dive in some of the conversations and some of the quotes she's made, you know, just in the general public. So our first statement that we've picked up here from you, Ms. LaTasha, is, I recognize the process emotional. It's an emotional process, and oftentimes overwhelming. So being able to identify my client's needs, concerns, and desires allows me to take control of the situation to avoid further unnecessary stressors. So can you help us understand some of the possible emotional taxing aspects of buying a home?
There's actually a lot, but sometimes people run into issues, financial issues, or things that come from their background that does not help them be able to purchase. Like one instance, I had a client with tax liens, and they had no idea they had these tax liens, and that was because they had been really trying to buy a home for a very long time, and they really thought that was a real possibility until the tax liens came up, and then they were trying to be with the builder, and the builder found the tax liens and said, hey, you got to do something about this, or we can't. The builder denied them for the tax liens, and then that was very emotional for them because, like I say, they were an older couple, and their dreams of owning a home was very deep. Like they really wanted to own a home, and they didn't think they could purchase new construction until they met me. And I explained to them, yeah, you can, you can get a new construction home. And then we went to visit, and like I said, the builders found the tax liens, and they were just so, brokenhearted. Yeah. But they didn't give up, and I didn't allow them to give up. And we went to a different builder, and that builder was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow you to pay these tax liens down, and then we're going to go ahead and proceed with the deal. So that was very she cried basically, because she just knew that their opportunity was going to be gone because of the tax liens. But we didn't give up. They didn't give up. And that's one thing that I stress to my clients the most is don't give up. No matter how many no's you hear, it's always a possibility. It's always, don't give up. And we didn't give up on that situation. And they're in their brand new home in Fort Worth right now.
Oh, wonderful.
After, I think it's been about 3 years. And they're very happy. And I'm going to say this.
Yes.
She texts me every morning. And she texts me positive emojis and memes every day.
Oh.
I'm serious. And it baffles me. It doesn't baffle me. It's just like, wow.
But that's the reward, right?
Exactly. When you impact someone's life like that, that's just, she thinks it's probably nothing. But to me, it means a lot, because we're 3 years later and you're texting still texting me. And I say every morning, y'all, every morning I get something from her.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, that's how you know you're really doing your job.
Exactly.
Maybe your profession. I don't want to call it a job. When you love what you do, is it still a job?
It's really not. It becomes a, like you say, profession. It becomes
You wake up doing something you love every day. That's wonderful. Okay, so here's our next thought in that. In what ways will working with you help a potential buyer avoid some of those things? But you just kind of told us that you just keep going.
Keep going.
You keep looking at different areas. So with the 10 years of experience, it's more than 10 years now?
It's about 10 years. Like I said, I was working in the back scenes, behind the scenes is a better way, from 2010 up until 2019. I was working behind the scenes, helping implement procedures and policies for the housing market, and valuations, making sure valuations were right, correct, if you will.
Now, when you say, I wanted to ask you about that, valuations, what are you evaluating, or what is?
So valuations is, I worked for a valuations company for about 7 years. And what I did there is we had servicers meaning banks.
Right, okay.
Such as Goldman Sachs, Selene Servicing, Wells Fargo. We had those servicers hire us to bring in realtors to do valuations on their properties throughout the United States. So we hired realtors all the way from Florida, Puerto Rico, Miami, or Florida, Utah, everywhere. And so what I did is, once those realtors would go out and do those evaluations for Selene or Goldman Sachs, for whatever reason, short sale, modification, whatever the servicer needed the evaluations for, we sent the realtors out to do it. Then the realtors would send the evaluations back to me, and I would go over the data and make sure that it was accurate, making sure that the data that they provided made sense, and that the home they valued, it was really valued at that price based on the data that they presented to me.
Okay.
And if the data they presented to me was not accurate or made sense, then I would send it back. Here you go. I need you to redo this because this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's got to make sense.
So
that is good.
That's what I did with valuations for about 7 years, and I've helped on valuations, like I say, in California, Chicago, Florida, all over. We had realtors working for us.
Wow, I can see how that rolled into the real estate.
It did. Yep. And that's actually that's when I got my license, when I was doing valuations at that time. I decided to get my real estate license because I just
How hard have you had to fight for somebody's price for the house? Like, okay, you really overpricing this house. You feel really good about this, but you know it's not worth that much.
Actually, not really, because most
people are being fair.
People are being fair. I've only had really 1 or 2 situations where I had to really be like, okay, I'm listing this house for you. It's not selling, and the price is too high. And she just, sometimes sellers in their, they want to sell their home for what they want to sell it for. And either they trust you, they listen to you, or they don't. And in this situation, she just was, set on selling her home. And matter of fact, she renovated it. She did a lot too. And so that made it even more personable and more emotional for her because she put a lot of money into this home.
But did she put it in the right spots? Because, you know, there are wrong places.
You can renovate. Yeah, and she did.
Oh, wow.
And she did. And she had some things come about throughout the process that caused her to spend more money than she should have.
Oh, wow.
And so that made it even worse.
Wow.
And so, you know, it goes back to being a professional, understanding your value,
right,
knowing who you are and what you bring to the table. And as I explained to her, if this is what you want to sell your house for, that's fine.
Right.
We can do it, and I did it. And we actually got an offer, and it was lower than what I had on the market for, but she was like, no, I don't want to accept it. And that was the only offer she received. And eventually, you know, it just became, you know, she wasn't satisfied. And because I value my services and I know what I bring to the table, I politely, and I'm a professional, I politely told her, hey, you know, I don't think this is working out.
Right.
If you feel like you can find a realtor who can list your home and sell it better than I can, here you go. Let's go that route, because I value my services and my business, and I don't want any, you know, unsatisfied clients.
Right.
And
Not
so
for how you sitting in my portfolio for 5 years talking about you don't want to help.
Right. So we politely, you know, went our separate ways, and that's fine.
Sometimes that has to happen. That's just be honest with it. Yeah.
It really does. And I don't think a lot of people, a lot of realtors may not agree with that, but I do. You know, I agree that, you know, when you meet a client, not every client is for you.
Right.
You know, we might sit down and interview, and you be like, I don't like LaTasha's personality. I don't like her the way she is. And I can sit back and say, well, you know what? I don't like this person's demeanors and how they, you know, you don't have to, you can fire somebody, or you can accept, you know, you don't have to necessarily deal with people, you know, everybody, because, you know, you want a successful relationship, whether it's personal and business. And all of my business relationships turn into personal relationships. And I think that is why. Because I don't, you know, that's the goal. You're not a transaction to me. You're a relationship to me. I want to build a relationship. I want to be your forever realtor. Right. I don't look at my clients
not a transaction.
as a transaction or a dollar sign. Right. That makes sense. So that's why it's important for me that we have a connection. Good. Because I want more than just your money.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because that's better, though. Word of mouth goes fast.
Yeah.
You know, you've got referrals that can come from good relationships, yes, that's the right way to look at that, I believe. I totally agree with that. Yep. So your next statement here, we're going to kind of do a little deeper dive into is, I continue to hone my practice and will always be learning so that I can continue to serve my clients to the best of my ability. So any programs out there, like maybe no money down programs, are there any early payoff type programs? What are some of the things that maybe people that are feeling discouraged and they don't really know, oh, there's this program?
Yeah, most definitely. There are several programs out there to help individuals, especially at this time where the interest rates are kind of inflated. That seems to be an issue.
Is that going to go down?
You know, I can't tell you it is. I can't tell you if it won't. It just all depends. Like, we were supposed to have about 2 or 3 decreases this year, but from my understanding, they're not happening now.
Wow.
So you see, at the beginning of the year, they had us all excited. Oh, we're going to go about 2 or 3 decrease. No, it didn't happen. Wow. So it's very unpredictable. So that's why I tell people when they tell me, oh, I'm waiting for the interest rates to go down. Don't do that, because what you're doing is the interest rates may not ever go down. But if you're in a position to buy now, you should take advantage of that now, because if you don't, guess what? You're running the risk of higher home prices.
Still, yeah.
Prices are still going to rise. Interest rates, they're going to stay where they are, or they're going to go down. But housing prices are going to go up, continues to go up, go up. So if you wait, you run the chances of, you know, spending more for a home than you would if you wait. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because even if you buy at a higher interest rate and they go down, at some point, couldn't you refinance at the lower interest rate?
That was my next, that's my next thing, Denice. I say, marry the house, date the rate. When I say that, I mean, this is what I mean. You find a house you want, you can buy it, love it, marry it. In 2 or 3 years, refinance. They do have programs out there now. The 1 buy down. They got buy down programs where you can buy down the interest rate. And so you buy it down, and then, like I say, you refinance in 2 or 3 years when the interest rate has changed.
Wow, okay.
So that's why I say do not wait for the interest rates to go down, because if you do, you're going to be waiting forever.
You're just
by
missing
time
out.
You're missing out. By the time you buy, the prices is going to be way high.
Yeah.
There are programs out there to help you, as well as down payment assistance programs. There are a lot of down payment assistance programs. Even Dallas County has a down payment assistance program for Dallas residents. And I had a client, actually I had twins. They used the Dallas County program, and they got about $45,000.
Oh, wow.
Dallas County. Yeah, there are a lot of programs out there.
And they're not all like low income programs. They're just programs that anybody could use, or
anybody could use it. Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody can use them. They're out there.
Wow.
You know, they all have different requirements. I can't really say what requirements are required, but they're out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just come talk to somebody like you. Just find out, get the information.
Yeah, we got tons of different programs.
Yeah. Because personally, I've always felt like, okay, well, it's always something like, okay, get your credit right. You get your credit right. Oh, you got to have a down payment. Oh, you got to have, just like all these things that make you feel like it's just ever going to happen. I feel so minimized, and sometimes people just give up. I'm like, okay, I'm tired of trying. I'm just going to rent forever.
No, don't rent forever, because you're doing nothing but making your landlord rich.
Yes.
And that's all you're doing. You're not doing anything for yourself. And I say don't give up. And, there's a lot of people out there that won't even try because they don't even want to see where they are. They're afraid to hear no. They're afraid to hear you don't qualify. You need to hear that. You need to know that so you'll know where to start.
I won't give up.
Don't give up. I'm telling you.
Because it seems like the mortgage rates are like, you can't seem to have maybe it's just me and my lifestyle or whatever. No less, like the decent one that our area, maybe house and stuff, I'd want it to be at least $2,500, because it doesn't seem like you can find anything that you want, maybe new, and know all of what's been going on with the house and all these things. So if, houses just seem like they're not as affordable as they used to be, but you're saying there's so many programs now that are just kind of...
Yeah, there are programs out there, and houses are not affordable like they used to be, but there are some areas where they are. It just depends on location. There are areas where there's homes right now for $225, brand new.
Okay, so we'll need to be talking to her. Like, okay.
You just have to be open
to where you are.
You have to be open to moving to these areas. I mean, there are houses.
And I'm okay if it's further out, because, like, you get some peace. I feel like maybe you get some space and some land a little bit where you ain't got to be crunched up on top of each other. But, yes, most definitely.
Yes, it's possible. I say don't give up. That's the key. Do not give up.
So I got one more question, and then I want you to definitely tell the people where we can find you and how to reach you. So you met Dak Prescott, right?
Oh yeah.
How was that?
That was awesome, because I started to wear my Cowboys gear today just to.
Oh, you could have did it. We are Cowboy fans.
I know, just to upset the audience, some of the audience out there. By saying no, I'm not going to do it. But yes, I'm a big Cowboys fan, and yeah, I did meet Dak Prescott. I used to be a realtor with a brokerage who is the official real estate partners of the Dallas Cowboys. And so when I was a realtor with them, Dak came to the office, and I was able to meet him and take a picture with him, and it was awesome. I mean, I was like, this dude
really down to earth.
Yeah, really down to earth. Okay. And he's taller than I thought, and he's cute. I mean, it's just like, it was very I loved it, and I loved that experience, and I loved working for that brokerage because I am a big Dallas Cowboys fan, and yeah, that was a great opportunity for me.
You have shared some great information with us. Thank you so much for your time. Tell the viewers where we can find you and your social media and all that.
Okay, well, I am on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram and LinkedIn. and that's where you can find me. Well, New Home Sales is my handle for. I don't have them memorized. I'll be honest with you.
That's okay. Y'all see this face.
Yeah, I don't have them memorized, but I will give them to Denice. So maybe, hopefully, she can post them.
Absolutely, I will. We'll post them with this. So
But
you just send them to me. We'll post them with the announcement and on our live descriptions. So definitely keep a look for that.
So my Facebook is LaTasha.Autrey/New Home Sales Expert, because I do specialize in new home sales. I have certification for that.
Oh, great.
And my Instagram is LaTasha Autrey New Home Sales. That's my handle for Instagram. And my handle for TikTok is @LaTasha Autrey.
There we go.
And
see?
then LinkedIn. My handle for LinkedIn is New Home Sales Expert. So those are my handles for my social media, and I encourage everyone to follow me. I do post good home buying tips, information that is very beneficial to someone who is looking to purchase a home or an investor who's looking to invest in homes. It's a lot of good information I post.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for your time again, you all. This has been our special guest, LaTasha Autrey. You want to say I'm saying it wrong, but that's my friend.
Audrey. It doesn't. Hey.
Yes, it has truly been a special time with you today. We've learned a lot about real estate and what she does. Please reach out to her if you are needing more information or you are looking for a home. Again, this is Denice Stanford. I have been your host on the Business Alliance Center show here. If you'd like to reach out and have a live promotion with us, please reach out to us on our message center at 682-422-7090 and follow us on YouTube at the Business Alliance Center, LLC, for the full version of this video, and we will see you next time. Subscribe to this channel, like and share our videos, and definitely pass on the word. So let us help you with your business journey. We'll see you next time, and check out the description for the free workbooks, and also make sure that you check out our other channels on TikTok, Instagram, and definitely Facebook. We'll be in touch.